Yes. Oh, geez. 8:09 in the PM. It's Sunday. I'm out of breath. You're tuned into The Prophecy. I'm Mr. Brown, and we're going straight through till 10 o'clock. Want to send a big shout out to D and Lex for going 430,000 miles an hour and getting me here. A little bit of protest, a little bit of Mother's Day traffic out there. All good. Big shout out to the Carabini crew, holding it down till I arrived. Sorry for my tardiness. Sounds of Logistics in the background, Brand New Hospital. A little re-rub of an old Danny Breaks tune. Amazing. So, sit back, hold tight. I'm gonna get some water. Easy.
Hey, this is Metric, representing Viper Recordings, and you're listening to Mr. Brown on 89.5 FM, The Prophecy.
Sounds artificial intelligence in the background. Track's called Days of Rage. Sending this one out to all the mums out there. Happy Mother's Day. Got a pretty interesting show for you tonight. My bag's a complete mess from the weekend. But yeah, got some stuff lined for you tonight. And yeah, stick around. I got a little promo mix coming up in a little bit. This one's by Sigma. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on. Got a couple shouts, some jams coming up. Lots of new dubs. So yeah, stay tuned. Sounds Blame in the background. Show Me Love remix. Absolutely killer. Gonna send this one out to everybody that came out on Friday night, Circa. It was an absolutely wicked jam. Ed Rush and Optical absolutely tore down the place, as did Lush. And I had a pretty good time, as I always do. My partner in crime, DJ Spins, we closed out the night. And people were dancing all the way till 4 o'clock. It's pretty wicked. So yeah, big shouts to Destiny. And of course, big shouts to the Toronto Jungle crew, Clancy and Rick Toxic for sorting it out. Date 17, I got my water, everything's good. Track coming in by Lensman, something brand new on Integral. Had an interesting chat with Frankie Guns about this track. He was telling me that distributors were saying this track is a slow mover. That is ridiculous. Listen to this track. It is absolutely wicked. And this will get any dance floor moving at any time. Trust me. This is a weapon. Sending this one out to Grim. Got some Grim coming up later. Big shouts to Lucky General. Also locked in.
Conversation. We can speak to each other in the language of We can speak to each other in the language of music. This is the way I feel. We can speak to each other in the language of music.
Sounds of Grim in the background. Want to send a big shout to Jeff. Sorry, man, the last tune you sent me didn't burn it in time, so had to rep you somehow. So definitely playing a few more by you later on. So this one is called One For Me, and it's wicked. Mr. Brown taking you straight through till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, this is Randall, Mac 2 Records, and you're listening to Mr. Brown, 89.5 FM, The Prophecy. You heard? Keep it locked to this frequency. That's how we roll.
Keep it locked. Keep it locked. Keep it locked. 89.5.
Brand new by Metric. The track's called Anthem. I'm gonna send this one out to the Backspin crew. You old school guys will know this one. Something brand new. I'm not sure when this is coming out or what this is coming out on, but yeah, it is absolutely big. Played this one, I think, on the Metric mix that he did for the show a couple months back. So yeah, check it out.
Want you to love Southern Deaf in the UK. You're listening to my man, Mr. Brown, live at 89.5 FM.
.32. Sounds of Logistics in the background. Sending this one out to the Toy Crew. Big shouts to Rich. Played a nice little set last night. Had some fun. Again, if you guys have not been down to this place, you should totally go check it out. It's in the heart of Little Italy. Lots of food in the area. Lots of good stuff going on. Nice little sound system there as well. Cheap beers. Very good. It's Toy Bar every Saturday night. And for those of you who are not aware, next week, Prophecy is going to be celebrating their 14th year anniversary, and we're going to be doing this inside the basement. A very nice venue. You should definitely come and check it out. So yeah, that's going to be May 15th. DJs on the night, it's going to be The Crew. That's Marcus Visionary, DJ Prime, Gremlins, myself, Mr. Brown, and DJ Lush. That's going to be at 178 Bathurst Street, just a little south of Queen. It's $10 all night. We're going until 4 a.m. And make sure you come check us out, support. 14 years in the game. Should be a wicked night. We got Lucky General hosting it. What more could you want? So yeah. Next Saturday actually is going to be a lot going on. I'm going to be playing at Credit Crunch, which is also going to be in the area. And at the Big Bop, I believe, as well. So yeah, 3 for me in one night. Busy night. I'll give you some more info on that Credit Crunch jam in a little bit. For now, I'll be quiet. Let the beat roll out.
Tony from Barcode, you're listening to Mr. Brown on 89.5 FM. Ow!
Sounds of Sigma in the background. Track's called High Top. Big remix of this one coming out soon. And yes, Solar Motion returns June 20th. That's a Saturday. And we present Sigma. First time ever on Canadian soil. We're very excited about this show. Totally believe these guys are going to be busting through like nobody's business in the next year or sooner. Big releases coming out on their own label, Life Recordings. Anyways, got a little promo mix for them coming up a little later on. Some of you at the Destiny Jam got a CD that I threw out to the crowd. Threw out about 30 or 40 of them, not too sure. But I'll be playing that mix tonight, so you all just get a little bit of an idea of what Sigma's all about. But anyways, yeah. High Top. This one's on Viper.
CIUT can now be heard on channel 946 through Rogers Digital Cable.
Do you like what you're hearing and want more of it? Check out our schedule at CIUT.FM. We have over 80 unique programs we're sure you'll love. We're listener supported, CIUT 89.5 FM.
Yes. Time now is 8:39. You're tuned into The Prophecy. Sounds of Furlong in the background. Some forthcoming business on Viper. Should be coming out in June, July, I'm not too sure. I'll play the second bit for you in a little bit. But yeah, this track is amazing. And I'm going to send this one out to Scott Free and Christine, tuned in, bigging up the Ritual Camp. Big shouts to everybody that came out a couple weeks back, supported. Definitely more to come from this crew. Big things.
Viper Recordings, and you're in tune to my main man Brown on The Prophecy 89.5 FM.
Sounds of Lomax in the background. Something brand new on RAM. So yeah, I'm going to start the first of many plugs. Soul Emotion, Saturday, June 20th, 2009, presents Sigma. Locals on the night will be ourselves, the crew, Scott Free, myself, Mr. Brown, DJ Spins, and representing the Oakville crew, P.L. Tonight's going to be hosted by MC Luga, Lucky General. This is going to be at the Alma Combo, which is at 464 Spadina. That's right at College. It's going to be $15 before 11 and $20 after that. And we're going till 4 a.m. But it's extended bar hours. Got a special license just for the night. So yeah, all you lushes, come on out, drink, and enjoy Sigma. First time ever. It's going to be a big night. Again, that's June 20th. That's Saturday. Mark it down. Don't go anywhere that weekend. You're going to Sigma. All right, I'll stop. All right, 8:44. Tune into the Prophecy. Track called Is Cruel. This is the flip side to the other one that I just played earlier, which is called High Commission. And again, this is a Viper track. It's going to be coming out next couple months. So stay tuned for this one. Big up Future Bound for sorting this out. Gonna send this one out to the Trini crew. Big up Sasha. And of course, Sugar B, tuned in.
Hey, this is Metric, representing Viper Recordings, and you're listening to Mr. Brown on 89.5 FM, The Prophecy.
Sounds of noise in the background. The track's called Crank. And it's grimy. Anyways, I'm going to take a little opportunity just to give you a little bit of info on some stuff coming up. June 19th in Oakville, Soul in Motion is going to be invading Arnold's. Some patio session. So that's going to be Scott Free, DJ Spins, myself, and P.Ill. Not sure who else is going to be added to the lineup. So go to TorontoJungle.com in the events section for some updates on that one. And of course, next week is the Prophecy Jam, and that's going to be at the basement. So that's definitely something you want to come and check out. Also, suspense. All right, never mind. Theory Crew coming back, and that's going to be next weekend as well, presenting Matrix. It's going to be an absolutely wicked event, so make sure you come out and check that one out. Doors are going to be open at 9 o'clock. It's going to be Frankie Guns and Marcus Visionary holding it down from the local front. Definitely going to be something big. And a couple weeks from now, Digital Chemistry is going to be throwing down their first event, and that's going to be in Brampton. And again, I'm going to be dropping some beats on that one there, so go to TorontoJungle.com for more info on that crew. They got some big stuff planned, so yeah, big up Anna, big up Alistair, and big up Russ. Sounds of State of Mind coming in. Big track. I'm Mr. Brown, and we are going straight through till 10 o'clock.
Live on 89.5 FM, The Prophecy.
Sending this one out to D and Lex, just arriving in the studio. Carl's all gassed up, ready to go.
show. We created it. 89.5 FM, Real Radio.
Something brand new by the Brooks Brothers. The track's called The Message. This is a little remix they did of, I think it's a London-based electro group called the Filthy Dukes. It's wicked. Everything these guys do are wicked. Sorry. Gotta just say that. Brand new Brooks Brothers.
Yo, this is Brooks Brothers, representing Breakbeat Chaos. You're listening to Mr. Brown on the Prophecy, 89.5 FM. Ciao.
north or south, I know say on around the road. Oh, you come tell us say. Metal and special dedication to the girl them we fight. And the girl is them, I know them body look hard. From your proud, your body wind up where you got. And take it from the devil, then the one top. Yeah, me tell them, you body see the man, them a cry. Yeah, just I want to jump out of the eye. Over you body see the men, them a cry. Yeah, just I want to jump out of the eye. Girl, I look good when everything shows in a vest and suspender. And fancy old school chain round your neck. Ringing on your nose with a jack, man to rape when you whine and pose. When you are buckle in your sexy clothes. Cabin and Shepard and Marcia and Rose. How you look so good down the master God knows. That's why Mr. Cat may have to tell him say, what can you move? You body see the men, them a cry. They just like water jump out of the eye. Over you body see the men, them a cry.
Sounds of Marcus Visionary in the background. Over Your Body remix. Some reggae business coming up. Stay tuned.
Cabin and Sheba, Miss Gina, Margaret. All of them a come and them a shock up on it. When them hear some Mr. Cat and DJ on them music. Girls them screaming, come and know them love it. And them man, them a watch them and a lost off a head. That's why Mr. Cat may have to tell the girls. When I tell them it's a move, you buy the CD men, them a cry. Yeah, just like water jump out of the eye. Over you buy the CD men, them a cry. Yeah, just like water jump out of the eye. They come there, you forget your body, you know men all lie. Cry for your body 10 times multiply. From your body look good, then me have to apply. And if me now go get I wanna try. Cause you're looking so ready and you're looking so nice. Tell me don't watch me if they come back twice. I forget your body and me don't have no choice. That's why Mr. Cat me have to tell them say. Go tell them move for you by the city man, them a cry. They just like water jump out of the eye. Move for you by the city man, them a cry. They just like water jump out of the eye. From me say every time I'm watching a bumper water come on me eye. And when you wind up the down and go to the butterfly, me say water come on me. And when me tell them it's a special dedication to the girl them we fight. And the girl is them I know them body look at. From your proud and your body wind up where you got. And take it from the top and then the one top. Get to me tell them. Well, special request to all the girl them for the cut. Cause you don't know see the man them powder puff. East, west, north or south. I know say on around the road.